right, so I think we're starting this video a little abruptly. I'm out here with Sebastian and we've got our friend Yuri over here. So pretty much we're just scoping out some spots. Where I brought us, everything was kind of gated and all that shit. The spots weren't that good. And we were just kind of driving around the area and we found this pretty cool spot right here. Sebastian's about to hit it.
Shit right now.
You nervous?
Yes.
Yeah, I feel like I haven't driven in a while.
I also have my jack and shit today.
We just found this little spot out here. It's coming out from this intersection, coming in right here, and then you've got like another little turn over here. So originally I brought us to another spot at first, but everything is gated over here and there's a bunch of security and stuff. So I don't know how long we're gonna last out here. This might be like a little hit it and quit it spot, but Sebastian's taking everything out of his car right now, so I think he's getting a little serious. So this spot is pretty cool. It's something different. It's kind of scary because this shit right here is like narrow as fuck. Damn, this car's loud. Bro, that first like one that you did, you went over the curb. I don't think it did any damage though. You just kind of like did like a little ramp.
That's just kind of like coming out to the lot. It's kind of hard.
Yeah, it's weird. Like the angle on it is kind of weird. I think if it was wider, it would be better. Bro, your car's loud as fuck. Holy shit. That was sick as fuck though. My hands are freezing.
I need to get the ISR exhaust. They have it for this car.
Yeah, you need a couple mufflers. You want to like go drive around real quick and kind of...
If you want, yeah. This spot's cool. It's a little scary though.
It is. It is. I think just how narrow it is and this angle on the turn is just weird.
If you fuck up...
Yeah, because you're coming in wide wide and big, and you have to go fast to catch it, and then this is a quick turn.
Yeah, and you have to e-brake, so you don't, you're gonna fucking... I mean, somebody can probably get away with not e-braking, but
Yeah,
I'm pussy, I ain't gonna lie.
Yeah, no, I have to e-brake.
Gay keep drifting, gonna come for me. I'm like... Not a hydro, though.
Oh, fuck. All right, I think that's it for this spot. Oh fuck, this dude's fucking hitting some reps.
Oh, shit hurts.
I think we're gonna get out of here real quick, go check some other shit out and see what else we find. I don't know if we're gonna find anything else, so who knows. What you guys saw was me and Sebastian. We just went out and we're driving around trying to look for spots. We found that one spot that you guys saw. We were there for just a little bit. We got a couple laps in, each one of us. I figured I'd just throw those clips in just so you guys can see what was going on or whatever. I've got a lit and a barrel behind me. I picked up these SSRs. They're super deep dish. They're 18 by 11. And I ended up selling my Serb 2s. I was always running those up front. I've had them for like 2 years maybe. I finally got sick of them. There was a big bend in it. I didn't want to have to rebarrel them or repair them or rebuild them or anything. I was kind of sick of them, so I decided to just sell them. Let's get some new wheels. And I ended up finding these, and they're huge. They're like fucking giant. Super deep dish. I just bought a pair, so it's only 2 of them, and I'm gonna be running them up front. Obviously, they're not gonna look that good to start off with since I'm stock body. I'm just rebuilding them right now or resealing them. I'm gonna get tires put on them, mount them on the car, do some measurements. I'm gonna order some over fenders for the front. My plan is to just have like a pretty aggressive look up front, and in the rear kind of keep it as like a stock body, at least for right now. It's gonna be pretty stanced out, like that bulldog stance or whatever. I think it's gonna look really cool, and honestly I'm excited for it. And as you guys can see, I have no front bumper either. I just got my bumper in yesterday, and it's outside right now, kind of like unfolding. I've never ordered KBD before. I've never had anything like that, so I'm gonna test it out, see how it works. Honestly, it was like $600 for the bumper. I didn't feel like ordering another click tuning kit. My bumper got like smashed up all the time, and I figured maybe I'll try the KBD bumper, see how it looks on the car, and I'm sure it's gonna last longer since you can bend it and all that stuff or whatever. We'll see. I'll put it to the test for sure, because I know it's gonna go through some serious stuff. I'm still running the click tuning side skirts. I'm not getting rid of those. And for the rear, I'm gonna be making a rear lip out of another E36 rear bumper. I'm just gonna trim it and add it on, and it'll be like a little extension. I still, like I said, I need to get the over fenders for up front. I need to order them. I'm still waiting to do measurements and everything, so I need to get tires put on. I need to mount them up, see kind of what I'm working with, and we'll go from there. But it's a little bit of a process. I'm trying to make the car look a lot better. I want to give it like a different, kind of like a different look, kind of like a different style. There's still a handful of other things I need to do with this car. I need to get bucket seats. I need to do a sound system in it. This thing's got no radio, so it's not boring to drive, obviously, but I think it would be so sick if I could just be drifting or driving to a spot or whatever and just like bumping some music, not just sitting there in silence listening to all the bolts rattle off. Those are my plans for this year. Just kind of get this car sorted out, get it looking how I want it to look in my mind, and start kind of working on the interior and stuff. The interior's been neglected. As you can see, I still have a stock crusty E36 seat in there, and that bucket seat isn't any better. So that's my plan for at least the beginning of the year. Kind of get the interior looking a little bit better and working on the outside. And once I'm done with all of that stuff, maybe we can move to doing a bigger project on this car. But before I do anything too crazy, I just want the car to look exactly how I want it to look in my mind. I know it's never gonna be finished. It's a project car, it's a drift car, but yeah, we can get as close as we can before we do anything too crazy on it. I'm just resealing these wheels right now. I dropped them off yesterday to get tires put on, and they were already sealed. So obviously I took them up to the shop, they put tires on them, and they were leaking from the barrel or whatever. They took the tires off, and I guess the person who put them together used the wrong silicone for it. I've never put wheels together, I've never sealed them, but I just looked it up on YouTube, and I was told that this is the way to go if you're gonna reseal wheels. So that's what we're gonna use. I'm just cleaning off this old silicone and everything. This one's pretty much almost done, and I'm gonna go over this one and clean it all up. I'm using a wire wheel on a grinder, and it's kind of like a softer wire wheel. It's not one of the really hard ones, because on what I've seen for resealing this, you do want like a little bit of abrasion. So when you do bolt them together, the silicone goes around it and kind of bites into all of that stuff that you kind of sanded or whatever. So we're gonna finish this up. I'm gonna finish knocking all of this off and clean it up. We'll put the wheel back together, and I'll just run that bead of silicone through the middle, and we'll see how it comes out. All right, so I just finished one of the wheels, and as you can see, it's all sealed up and everything. The only thing, I didn't torque them because I don't have like a 3/8 torque wrench or anything, so I just hit them with the impact. I think it'll be fine. I hope it'll be fine. And I'm just gonna finish the other wheel real quick, and that'll pretty much be it. I'm just gonna let them dry overnight, take them to the tire shop tomorrow, and I think that should be it. Hopefully we can get those tires on and they don't leak. All right, what is going on, you guys? Since that last clip that I recorded, it's been like 2 days, I think. And currently we have the wheels on the car. I skipped all the boring shit. So obviously I resealed the wheels. I took them to the tire shop. We put the wheels on. And once I got back here, I threw them on, and obviously they didn't clear just right then and there. So I went through the inner fenders on both sides, and I kind of hammered away on some pieces that kind of just sit on the inner fender. And I could show you that real quick. In there's a bunch of hammering that I did right here, and also up front right there. So on any sort of seam sealer, anything that got cracked while I was hammering, or any bare metal that was showing, I went through the entire thing and just siliconed everything, try to make it as clean as possible. Obviously I don't want any water or anything getting in there and rusting all of this stuff out. So it was pretty simple. I got a lot of people on Instagram telling me that these wheels weren't gonna clear, that they were gonna rub, and all that sort of stuff. And obviously when you're running an 18/11, you're gonna get some rubbing, but it's nothing that can be overcome by hammering away on some stuff. It wasn't too crazy. Like if I had to go to the extent of like cutting stuff out and all that, I probably wouldn't run them, but honestly, I didn't really have to do anything too crazy. Mainly on the inner fender, you have some points that are kind of sticking out, like on the back side and the front side. And I just hammered everything in to make the whole inner fender kind of just like smooth and round. So it wasn't like you had to fabricate or do anything crazy to get these wheels to fit. So I think it'll be okay. I already drove the car around my neighborhood, you know, full lock left, full lock right, and there's no rubbing. The only thing I need to do is actually go out and drift. The only thing I can think of is maybe while I'm in drift, since there's more pressure pushing on the wheel, say if I'm at full lock, maybe it'll rub there. And my whole idea is before I go drift, I'm gonna paint the whole inner fender with like black spray paint or whatever, and I'll go out and drift and, you know, just like normal. And then when I get back, I'll take a look at the inner fender where I painted everything black, and you'll be able to see all the rubbing points all over there. So that's the plan. As you can see on the floor over here, I've got that KBD bumper, and if you see, there's like these parts that are like all wonky and stuff. That's how this was right here. Like this was sticking out like over here and going like that. I just used my heat gun and I heated up that whole area and bent it all back, waited for it to cool a little bit, and it was staying pretty still. And then I thought about this zip tie idea. So just like heat it up, getting into the position that you want, and then put these zip ties on it so it holds where you want it to stay. And I'm just gonna leave it there for a few days or until I'm ready to put the bumper on, and that form should stay, I hope. Yeah, I'm just gonna go through and fix all of these like little points here, 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 and here, like all that sort of stuff. I don't want that sort of stuff, especially on the front bumper, because you're gonna be looking at the car like head on and you're just gonna see all these waves in the front bumper and shit. And I don't know, maybe that's why KBD gets such a bad rap, because of little stuff like this. But obviously it's not perfect. I think you just need to take the time and just kind of like straighten everything out, and you'll have a pretty nice looking bumper. Hopefully for the next video we can actually go out and drift, test out these wheels, and yeah, maybe I'll have a front bumper on, maybe I'll have it painted by then or something, but we'll see. As you can see, we've got this new front bumper mounted, we've got the new wheels obviously mounted, and yeah, this thing's pretty much ready to go. Tonight I was probably gonna go out by myself, just kind of chill, test my car, make sure the wheels aren't rubbing or whatever, and just kind of mess around with it. And as you can see, I already trimmed the bumper right here on the side, and on this side right here, also the nose panel got trimmed a little bit on both sides. On the inner wheel well, so as you can see, or you can kind of see, there's black spray paint all in there and all in there, and I can see where it's gonna rub because it'll rub the paint off of wherever it is. And on all of those points, I'll just go through and hammer a little bit more and get it nice and flush and just pretty much ready to go. I just want to make sure that there's no rubs on the wheel well on either side, and then also just make sure that this bumper is as trimmed up as we can get it without it rubbing. The car looks sick as fuck. It looks really good. Honestly, I really love this bumper. I think I'm about to get in real quick. We'll head down to the spot and we'll see what we get into. All right, so we just made it down to the spot, and I actually haven't been here in such a long time. Right down on the other side of this warehouse, there is a spot where you could enter in, and it was like a jump drift type of spot or whatever. It was really fun, but we stopped coming over here because they started doing a little bit more construction, and all throughout this area they're setting up like They were like these little trailers with like solar panels on them, and they had like cameras on them and like the blue flashing lights or whatever. So we just stopped coming through over here because they were all throughout. We didn't want any issues with police or anything like that. Like I said, we're just gonna get into it, start driving, see if I notice or feel any rubbing or anything like that. I've got a good amount of rear tire left, so I should be good just to do a few laps here and there. Alright, so I just finished up right now. This spot is honestly pretty cool. Just the entry is a little weird because you have to go out and then turn and then you hit the entry. I don't know, it's weird. Or I guess I could have started back over here. It's a straightaway. I should have done that. I don't know why I didn't do that. I feel like I haven't driven in such a long time, but the car did really good. I don't know if you guys could hear it in the clips, but there were some points, I think when my wheel was all the way left, there was some rubbing. So nothing too bad, just when it's like full lock and then the pressure's like pushing against it, like pushing it left even more. So like right there, all of that obviously was spray painted. So that, no rubbing up there. And then back over here, we've got that spot in there that rubbed that paint away. So once I get back to the garage and back over here, there was some more rubbing right there. Then up over here we're good. And then the bumper didn't seem like it got in the way too much. Doesn't look like there's much damage on it. You can see it kind of curved the bumper just a little bit. It kind of self-cleared itself, so that's pretty good. But yeah, so whenever I get back to the garage, I'll be able to take the wheels off and I'll just hammer on those areas where it rubbed that paint off. I'll push all that back just a good amount, and then we'll respray paint it again, and then we'll throw the wheels on again, and maybe for next weekend we'll come out again, drive a little bit more. Hopefully there's no rubbing. I want to kind of work out all these kinks before I do my over fenders. So obviously have the front bumper fit perfectly with no rubbing and all that stuff, and then the inner wheel wells, no rubbing at all. I want all of that stuff to be sorted out. Then we'll get the over fenders, mount them on, paint it, do whatever we have to do, and at that point everything will pretty much be sorted out. I won't have to do any work or anything like that. I'd rather kind of like progress step by step with it than get everything all at once and have to work everything out all together. So the car is just gonna look amazing. It's gonna look perfect. So it'll look low as fuck with the over fenders. The fitment's gonna be perfect. Everything's gonna be sick as fuck. So be patient with me, and I promise this thing's gonna be looking like better than ever, and we're gonna be back out driving all the time. I feel like I haven't driven in a while. I think since that private day at Cam's. So it feels good to be back out here, but pretty much it. It's a good time out here. So I appreciate you guys. Thank you guys for watching, and we'll see you on the next one.